WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, Jarom and Tanner. Let's do it. Jarom and Tanner.
All right, it is another edition of the WCB Podcast. We're back after I finally got caught up with COVID and was dying for 8 days and didn't want to record or could talk or anything like that. So I appreciate pushing this back a little bit and coming back here. Tanner, what's up, bud?
Nothing much, man. Just ready to talk some hockey. Been a minute.
It's been a minute, and
You're feeling good?
I'm getting there, man, dude. The recovery is a pain in the ass too, man. Like, still have like the little sinus thing going a little bit, and the fatigue is still kind of trying to catch up with me a little bit. Like, it's rough. I'm lucky though. It was only as bad as it was. Like, I was expecting to be so much worse with my no immune system. So, yeah, no longer a COVID virgin. So,
it's the first time. Oh
yeah,
my god,
yeah, it's insane. But all right, so yeah, lots to talk about in the hockey community. I mean, what's crazy? It's like so much has happened, but also so little has changed. At least for the Chicago Blackhawks since we last recorded.
Yeah,
6 games were played.
One was won.
One was once. They finished 1-5. Granted, the last one game was in November still, but we said a couple weeks ago that December could potentially be a 2-win month, and they got that first win right in the beginning of the month. So you think the bar was set a little bit low by us, and that they were going to be, win a couple more games. Oh no. First off, last week I recorded, the Edmonton Oilers were in town as we were recording, and they took care of the Hawks 5-4. I think McDavid and Draisaitl just put their balls all over the Hawks, and just finally did McDavid things in Chicago for the first time, I think, in his career.
Yeah, I mean, he's faced much better Chicago teams in the past, and then this year he's kind of like, I'm just going to light them up, because he knows even more so every year that they don't win the Stanley Cup. Like, he has to do more and more and more for this team to win. And so he just is on like another level. I think, what was it, like, I saw a stat that like McDavid and Draisaitl already have like 100 points combined through like 29 games or something like that. I don't know, maybe not 29 games. I don't know how many games they've played. Oh, actually, yeah, because they've played 30.
Yeah.
59 fucking points.
Here's the question, though. I think I posted this on the Instagram story a while back about something else but similar. But at the same time, is it still impressive that they are able to put that many points up this fast? Or is it one of those things that it's just like, okay, you do this every year, it's not a big deal anymore? Like, is it just so unfazed by like how great these two are together that we just don't even acknowledge like how insane that stat is?
I think it's because like when you start to talk about like who's playing really well, like nobody says McDavid and Draisaitl, because it's like, yeah, of course they are. Like, of course they're leading the league in points together, and it's like way more than everyone else. But you know who else is playing really good? This other guy who's got like 10 less points than them.
Yeah,
but they have each other, and like that's the kind of thing where it's completely unfair on like the power play with just the two of them. Like,
I was gonna say this for NHL talk, but since we're talking about them now, I'll just bring this up. I saw this insane Leon Draisaitl stat on Hockey Reddit. Draisaitl's 51 points this season. 47 of them are primary points, and only 4 of them are secondary assists. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, it is, but it also makes sense, because like how often does someone else have the puck that's not Leon Draisaitl or Connor McDavid? So like the second like if neither of them have the puck, it's probably somebody wide open in front of the net.
It's
like
he might arguably be one of the best passers in the NHL.
Yeah,
like what he can do too, and it's thank God I have him on my fantasy team. Like, I think the other night against Nashville, he put up another 5 points. Like, it's stupid what he can do. That's the second time he put up 5 points against Nashville this year. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, Nashville's a disappointment.
But it's always fun watching them. So that game extended the Hawks losing streak to 8 games.
Yes.
Then we go into December. And we were expecting a very rough stretch of games coming up to start December. They kicked it off in New York at Madison Square Garden against the New York Rangers. All ready for the Rangers to, shove it down the Blackhawks' throats and make them trade Kane to them a lot sooner.
Yeah, and also the Rangers haven't been doing well, so like this is the game that they're supposed to win to right that ship.
This was every time a team is struggling and they see the Hawks or Arizona or Anaheim on the schedule, they're like, that is the time to get this shit going again. Well, just like everybody called, Blackhawks fucking kicked their ass.
Yeah. Well, the issue is, and we brought this up before, is Yaroslav Halak has one win in like 9 games that he's played for the Rangers.
Yeah, I don't know how they have
not playing well, but I mean the other thing too is like the goals that did get scored weren't really that bad of goals. Like they were really good. Like the Hawks didn't get a lot of shots, so there wasn't really much that you could do. But I mean, the Rangers themselves just looked fucking flat, and it looked like Jacob Trouba got 2 fights and like multiple penalties, and he was the only one that looked like he wanted to do something. I think at one point after the Athanasiou hit and Toews fight, when they were getting sent off the ice because there was less than 5 minutes left in the second, he was throwing his shit, and he yelled at his bench to wake the fuck up.
Yeah, they were so flat out there. It's like you'd think that was a team that was already like so far ahead in their division race that they can afford to take a night off. Like this was classic. What I was watching with the Rangers, it was classic Blackhawks, where when the Blackhawks were good or decent, they would come down to other teams' level.
Yeah.
And that exactly is like what it looked like with the Rangers here.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the Hawks looked good, and so like that was good, but the Rangers also just looked like shit.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about that Trouba hit? By the way.
Man, I don't know. I don't like it, and I also I understand it too. It's a big guy trying to like you said, wake his team up and get them going. But it's also Trouba's history of these brutal hits. I don't think it was as bad as some of the ones he's thrown where borderline there. But like Anthony was just
head down.
That's the one that made it look a lot worse.
Yeah, and I'm glad he popped up right away, but like I thought the hit was fine.
Yeah, it's just
like it was a hard hit, and that's what he does. And like when he's on the ice and everybody knows he's out there to fucking hit. Like in the Roenick interview, when he's like, I was out there to fucking hurt people when I would hit him. Like Trouba looks like that kind of a player. Like it's not like he's going for your head or anything, but he's gonna fucking bury you. He's a big boy.
He does go for the head though a lot. There's a lot of,
I don't think that there's ever like an intentional head contact that he does.
I don't know,
because a lot of times he's just putting like shoulder into chest. But with how fast the game is, sometimes the guy's chin drops down and like gets caught. Like I don't think he's like you could see in the past with like really brutal hits where the guy is like clearly like leaving his feet or like the shoulder is going like nowhere besides like the side of the fucking head. Like if anything on the head hits that he has, he's like clipping people because like he's going for like their main center of their body. But he's like, that's what I'm saying. Like when he's on the ice, you should know to not leave your fucking head down and don't come across the middle. Yeah. Like he's a well-known, like, I'm going to fucking hit you kind of a person. So it's on FSU too. Like, I understand he's reaching for that puck, but like he got caught with his head down. And then I don't know if you saw the quote from Andreas, but he was just like, well, the guy's making like $9 million a year. And he's not on the score sheet very often, so he's got to do something. It's like, oh shit. Okay, bud.
I just said about Nurse too the other day.
Yeah, Darnell Nurse. It was who was it?
Greenwood or Greenway?
Oh yeah, Jordan Greenway from Minnesota. You were making $9 million a year to do fucking nothing. Oh my god.
With Trouba, I think it's an intentional head hit with him. Like I think there's times where he is making the good point of contact with the hit, and it's just unintentionally hitting the guy in the head. But then there's times like there's a couple where he's whiffed on hits that you see it and you're just like, Like, dude, he was going up high. Like, there is no doubt about it that he was going up high. He was headhunting there. Like,
hey, he's gonna fucking bury you, man.
You know what? But you know what? Good for him. Like, you know what? He's clean more times than he's not, and it just looks bad, and people have a problem with it because, let's be honest, NHL is turning into a wimpy game. Like, big hits are leaving, and then when there are big hits, it's an instant fight and jump. And like, there was something with Miles Wood a couple days ago.
Oh, he got
wrecked. A clean hit, no
Come
issue.
Across the middle, man, with your head down.
Head down. And they jump they jump on I forgot who hit him, but it's like at what point is it like just because a player gets hit, you have to fight?
Right. But in the past, there's been times when like a player has gotten hit, and it's happened with the Hawks. Somebody's gotten hit, nobody responds, and everybody goes like, that's a soft fucking team. And so then you get the other side of the coin where like somebody gets hit hard and then there's a fight and they're like, everybody's always got to fight after a hit.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, but then if they don't fight, you call that team fucking soft for not sticking up for their guys. I think that's kind of shit. But I mean, if Trouba was on the Hawks, I would fucking love that. He's the type of captain I love because like even as much as like he does get penalties for doing stupid shit sometimes and like he has questionable hits, his team was flat.
Yeah.
He went out there and he was going to try and jumpstart him, and he's doing whatever he fucking can to do it.
That old 90s style hockey right there. Like,
oh, man. And, dude, he's the kind of guy that you would want on your team for sure. Oh, especially when it comes down to like the playoffs.
You hate to play against him, but the second he's on your team, oh, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's a good captain, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
This game also, the Hawks went 3 for 4 in the power play. Power play goals from Kaner, Dome, and Radish. Dome actually had 2 goals this game. Really cool. Also, Mrazek left this game.
That's right.
Another groin injury. It didn't end up being the same injury that he had that he missed a lot of time with, but it was enough to get him out. Soderblom came in. I think it was the third period again too, wasn't it?
Yeah. He finished the second, and then Soderblom came in. They played solid.
Yeah, I mean Soderblom is good. It sucks that he is getting thrown into it when he is. I don't know, but
Mrazek had a penalty this game.
Mrazek did?
Yeah, it says that he had 2 minutes. Let me see. Where? Oh, he had delay a game. Okay. Did he throw the puck over the glass? I don't remember seeing that. That's funny. Getting on the score sheet.
The next night, sticking around with the New York theme, the Hawks went to the island to face the Islanders. And this was another
for the second time this season.
Did
they score? They scored 1 goal in the 2 games. I was gonna say, did they even score in the first game? No. Islanders are just defensive fucking team, man.
Barry Trotz, man, he's
not there,
but he like his mentality is still there.
His fingerprint is still in this team because their head coach was like one of their assistants, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was the assistant coach for him. So I mean, he's still playing. They're still playing Barry Trotz hockey. What I liked about this game, 2 minutes in, Reese Johnson made Casey Zizekas fight. Answer the bell for the Stalak hit, who he's still out. He has been ramped down again with his concussion protocol, like coming back from that. Like he doesn't look like he's coming back anytime soon. So good for Reese to make him fight. Good for Zizekas for, answering the bell and not being a little bitch about it.
Yeah.
You knew it.
Another reason I like Reese Johnson, man. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah. This was no goals in the first, 3 in the second. All Islanders goals, and then after that, that's all she wrote. Hawks dropped that one 3-0. I don't remember this game too well.
I didn't get the chance to watch it.
Yeah, I think it was just another one of those typical boring games. I mean, Soderblom played pretty well. It was just literally like a 10-minute span, 5-minute span, give or take, that Islanders just pounced and they took advantage of it. Soderblom was like 31 for 34, I believe. 37 for 40. So still good hockey. keeping it close. That's all. I mean, it would be nice to be close with a couple goals on.
Yeah.
Especially when you go to New Jersey and you playing probably the top team in the NHL right now. And guess
Yeah,
what
one of
happens?
them.
You don't score another goal. So that's 2 games where you get shut out both times 3-0. Dougie Hamilton, Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt all get on the board for New Jersey. Vanacek has just been fucking unreal this year.
Yeah, he had a solid game, but it's not like he was tested like super hard. He only had 24 shots against. But I mean, made all 24 saves. But that team is just they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's a good team, man.
Jack Hughes really didn't do much. Oh, he had 2 assists that game. Never mind.
He was all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's super noticeable, man. Like he has the puck all the time. The Dougie Hamilton goal, everybody was watching Jack Hughes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he
100%.
just found Hamilton like a crossing at the point, and he had all day to shoot it.
Did you see Kane's quote about Jack Hughes?
I don't think so.
I forgot what the full content was, but basically he said, he goes, he's a fun kid to watch. He's already doing things better than I was doing at that age. Like, I mean, if that's not like
some high praise,
right? Like, holy shit. And the kid is he's great. Marketing, like, he's so funny. Like, he's so brutally.
He's got good media clips.
Yeah. Like, he's just so honest and like, he's like a kid. He's a kid. He's a kid playing the game. Like him and Zegras, like they're so funny to listen to talk. Like,
did you see the other day he has the longest recorded shift in NHL history right now? It's like 6-minute shift.
6 minutes and like 2 seconds.
Yeah, to end a fucking period. Are you kidding me? 6 minutes? How do you not get off the ice in 6 minutes?
I think wasn't to end the game. They were trying to get goals, so they just left him out.
I have no idea.
I think that was
that's insane. That's so cool.
I just like it was
that's some NHL 23 shit where you're just like, I don't care. You'll leave it.
That was like the kind of the running joke on all the posts talking about it. It was like, that's nothing. He goes, my guy in the ECHL or in EASHL threw up 60-minute shift last game.
Yeah, right.
You don't see anybody making a post about him.
He was also a -4, but whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, it sucks like losing like that 3-0, getting shut out again. But this makes it a little bit easier when you're watching a fun team like the Devils.
Yeah, and not a boring team like the Islanders. Yeah, it is pretty nice.
Back at home on Friday against Winnipeg, the third game already that these teams have played against each other. The first time they got shut out 4-0, then it was like a 7-2 beatdown by Winnipeg.
Yeah,
this was a little bit closer. I'm glad they were able to kind of find a happy medium. Hawks finally scored
happy medium. Yeah. Okay.
Hawks finally scored a goal, and it only took almost 8.5 periods to get it.
Yeah,
to shut out the whole first 7, so 7.5 periods.
Yeah, basically.
I still just I don't understand them, like how the Jets are doing so good. Like
they're playing really well defensively. They're getting really good goaltending. We're almost a majority of teams are not getting good goaltending this year. Scoring's up a lot, I think, and except for the Hawks because. Have you seen those like graphics that people put on Instagram where it's like leading point scorers for each team? I think the last time I saw it was like a week or two ago, and like everybody was like their leading scorer was near 30 points, and the Hawks was Kaner at like 17. We're dead last. I was like, wow, yeah, we're not scoring goals at all, man. Look at this shit.
We're gonna touch back on that when we get to our Kane and Toews conversation we're gonna have, because that's a question you got asked about that. But anyway, yeah, Winnipeg just doing really good.
Yeah,
fun to watch again too. I really their reverse retros have grown on me. I really like them late. It was cool.
I still kind of think they look better as like a Tampa Bay Lightning jersey, but
yeah,
that's nice.
True. Yeah. And then the next game was last night.
Oof.
Highlight of the Hawks season. Probably.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Lose 7-3. We'll get that taken care of real quick. But there was a player coming in this game. I don't know if you ever heard of him. His name's Alex.
Tyler Johnson.
Oh yeah, Tyler Johnson came back and he scores his first game back. Let's go.
That's right, baby.
The parade is back on. Tyler Johnson's back on the ice. Let's go. But no, this kid, I don't know if you ever heard of him. His name's Alex Ovechkin. He scored a couple goals in his career so far. Apparently he was pretty close to a milestone coming into this one. He only needed 3 goals to be the third player to hit 800 career goals. And I'm like, there's no way the Hawks are going to let that happen.
Oh,
24 seconds
but
in.
These Hawks.
Yeah, 24
you must
seconds
be mistaken.
Ovechkin gets on the board for 798. There was something that I heard, like, they didn't even get it on ESPN because they cut to the game too late, that they missed the first goal.
Can you imagine if that was like the 800th goal?
The goal, or like, yeah, like the what's 895 or whatever.
Yeah, how fucked up would that be?
God. Then 8 minutes later, on the power play, Ovechkin's office, no, he found some garbage. He just tossed it in. 799. Now I'm sitting there thinking, okay, cool. He's gonna get 800 and he's gonna tie Gordie Howe all in one night.
Yeah, right.
Score 4 goals.
He's on pace for like 6.
He was on pace for the Ovechkin trick at one point.
Yeah.
Tyler Johnson, like I said, scores his goal. Welcome back, kid. TVR, because Chicago's got to have a former Hawk score a goal against them when they play them.
Not only did he score, but Dylan Strome assisted on it too.
And Ovechkin assisted as well. Jonathan Toews gets on the board. How you doing?
Ties the Hawks lead for goals in the season right now with Domi with 9. Ovechkin is at 19 currently for this moment.
Yeah. For the moment though, because Domi ends up scoring later in the game.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Then in the third period, about 6 minutes in, guess who scores again? The grade 8. Make that grade 800, baby. Ovechkin hat trick in Chicago. 800th career goal. Chicago fans were nice and classy, chanting Ovi, tossing hats for him. Everybody, Kane and Toews, skate out to him, congratulate him, and all this kind of stuff. Like, this is fucking insane. Like,
yeah. I
mean, we'll talk about Ovi in NHL talk, but it's insane at what he is doing in his career. But yeah,
I mean, his goal pace is higher than Gretzky's is right now. So if he were to play the same amount of games, he's gonna have more.
You still want to talk about? You just want to talk about Ovi now?
Good.
Let's talk about Ovi now.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
800 career goals breakdown. It's 14 against the Blackhawks, which it's kind of nice seeing. I mean, granted, he's only played 20 something games against the Hawks, but it's still nice seeing the Hawks very low on his list.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. They combined the Thrashers and Winnipeg as one franchise with Ovechkin's goals. It made sense to everybody's why their Western Conference Jets and all that. How do they pick and choose what team history goes with who? Because the new Winnipeg Jets are technically the Thrashers.
Yeah.
But recently they retired something or honored Tino Salami.
Tino Salami.
Salami. Tino Salami as a Winnipeg Jet. But technically, wouldn't he be part of the Phoenix Coyotes history?
Yeah.
So how do they I don't understand how they pick and choose what you pick and what you don't pick.
He
never played for this Winnipeg Jets.
He didn't, but he played for the Winnipeg Jets.
But not
these Winnipeg Jets. He played for the Arizona Coyotes.
He has no records with this Winnipeg Jets. He's got no stats with this team.
So it's Winnipeg. He's being honored by Winnipeg during the Winnipeg Jets game.
The city of Winnipeg needs to come out and say, hey, we're honoring him, not the Jets team.
Maybe the Jets were just like, yeah, he played here before us.
It blows my mind about that. It's how do they get away with doing that? When he has literally, you look up his stats for that team, 0 games played, 0 goals, 0 assists. Man, if that's all it takes to get honored by a team, let's go. I want to get honored by some NHL teams here.
Hey, I'll take Calgary Flames. I don't know. It's a Canadian thing. You just get honored by a Canadian team for no reason.
But yeah, all right, back to Ovi. Yeah, you were saying he is.
Oh yeah, his goal pace. Last time I checked, it was, higher than Gretzky's, which is insane because
So at the 800 game or 800 goal mark, Ovechkin did it in 1,305 games. Gretzky did it in 1,116 games. Gretzky was 33, Ovechkin's 37.
I'm saying over games played currently in his career, not the 800 goal mark.
No, I know. Okay. Just a whole thing here. Games
For
played,
sure.
goals 700 and 800. It took Gretzky 231 and it took Ovechkin 162.
Jesus.
Goals per game between goals 700 and 800. Gretzky was scoring at a .44 goals per game rate. Ovechkin is a .62.
Woo. Woo. God damn.
Goals by type. Ovechkin 503 even strength goals for 62.9% of his goals. 292 power play goals, 36.5%. 5 shorthanded goals, which that actually blows my mind. I've never seen Ovechkin play penalty kill.
Yeah.
391 home goals, 409 road goals.
Yeah. He's good. He's better on the road. Is that what it was? 409?
Yeah, 409.
It's crazy how it's even. It's pretty even.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, he's good. He's
second most all-time game-winning goals, second most all-time multi-goal games, most all-time go-ahead goals, second most all-time empty net goals, which going into this game, he had 4 empty net goals in a row, which is fucking hilarious.
Keep it going.
Most all-time overtime goals, most all-time game opening goals, most all-time game tying goals, and third most all-time different goals scored on different goalies. Scored on 165 different goalies.
Jesus. 165?
Yeah.
My God.
So,
oh my God.
At this point, it's hard to argue that he's not. It's hard to argue that he's not the greatest pure goal scorer in NHL history. Like, even though he's not at Gretzky yet, like what he's doing, especially at his age, being 37 years old, is insane.
Let's see. So if he is like his current goal pace right now, if he keeps that basically until he reaches the same amount of games played that Gretzky had, which was 1,487, and let's say he calls it quits at the exact same game, he would have scored 911 goals or 912 because he can't like half a goal. So he'd be 18 goals higher right now.
And you were mentioning before we start recording, all the shit that Ovechkin has had to go through.
Yeah, he could have already had the record. Like his rookie season was pushed back a year because of the lockout. It was also a shortened lockout season. There was also COVID shortened seasons. Like he's missed like two full seasons at least in games that could have been played. Definitely more than that because there was only 56 games, and then like they were right around 60 games played during the COVID seasons. There's only like 48 games played.
COVID was
during the shortened season.
So COVID season, he played 68 games.
Oh, okay, it's closer to 70. Even that though.
The COVID shortened season, he played 45. How many did they play? Like 55 that year?
They played 56, I think.
6, yeah. I mean, he's been relatively healthy his entire career too.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. So like Gretzky retired at 37, and Ovechkin's 37 currently, but he still has like a little, over 100 less games played just because of all the shortened season shit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, he's got like 182 less games. So if he had, let's say, played full seasons basically without any shortened seasons, like he'd probably have the record at this point. God damn. Especially like with that fucking lockout shortened season in 2012, 2013, he finished with 32 goals in 48 games. that was a full season, he would probably hit 60 right there.
Yeah.
I mean, his fucking rookie season was when he was 20. You give him a few extra, and he had 52 fucking goals that year. Like, Jesus Christ.
He's only hit less than 30 goals once.
And that's when everybody thought he was washed up.
And that was the COVID, and that was the COVID shortened season.
Oh, it was when he hit 32 goals. That was when he was 25, and they were like, yeah, I don't think he has it anymore.
25, 27, he hit 32. 2016, he hit 33. I think that was the one that they were like, that's it. Ovechkin's done. Then he follows that up with 49, 51, 48.
And those are it led the league in goals 3 seasons in a row after that.
And then 50 goals last year.
I mean, fucking Richard. He has 9 Rocket Richard trophies. That's so funny.
If he could put up another 30 goals this year, say it's 50, he finished the season with 830. 65 goals to break the record.
Yeah, he does that in 2 seasons.
2 seasons. I think, yeah. So 24, 25, I think by the end of 24, 25 season,
I mean,
the goal
he has 50 games left this year. He's at 20.
51 games, yeah.
So 51 games left.
Yeah.
And he needs 95, right? I mean, yeah, he does it in 3 seasons.
That's insane.
Maybe. Yeah, he has to. I mean, you could see it like beginning of season 4 from now.
Early on, maybe 25, 26 season, early on.
I'm counting this season too, which is weird. So it'd be like in this season, the next 2, and then the beginning of that one.
Well, I mean, it's fair to count this season. I think how he finishes the season is gonna set the pace.
And they play the Hawks again. That's probably another hat trick. God.
I don't understand how he's still doing what he's doing. It's insane.
I mean, he's just got a rocket, man. He's got a fucking rocket. Goal scorers, man, they score. Like when they score, they just the puck finds them and they find the net. Yeah,
he finds the net a lot. Yeah. And the fact too, like I would love to see how many goals he scored from like quote unquote his office on the power play, you know? Like,
oh yeah.
How many of those power play goals were from that same spot?
Just see like a video over a video, like overlaid, like all of those goals. Yeah. it just looks like one video because it's the exact same place every single time. Yeah. And then you just see like 450 pucks just split off from where he shoots.
You ever seen like the baseball like graphic where they show like where people hit their home run balls and it's just like all the balls going up? I would love to see that same thing with like Ovechkin shots. Like,
yeah, somebody get on that.
But yeah, I mean, and only player in NHL history to score 800 goals with one franchise. Third player in NHL history to score through 800 career goals. I mean, he's gonna hit Gordy probably next game, tie him at least.
Yeah. Who do they play next? Does anyone know? Watch it be like Arizona or some shit. It's Dallas. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe he scores.
He get one.
He'll probably. I mean, he'll probably get one. He's on a fucking heater right now. 4 empty netters leading into a hat trick. I think he's just streaking at this point. Yeah, okay.
Does the record get diminished? Ugh. Does the record not stand as much if he scores it with an empty net?
No. Gretzky scored with guys that were like part-time goalies. Like guys that didn't even like know how to butterfly completely still, like
the stand-up goalie and just barely
get
it. Yeah,
man. Like Ovechkin's got a way tougher crowd to fucking beat, and he's doing it at a better pace. So god damn. There was times like watching like old clips where it looks like players are just shooting up muffins from like the point and the goalies are like wow, like fucking, it just goes like 5-hole. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Are you having a couple beers before the game? Because like I wouldn't doubt it. Like
Goalie. So we always argue on the shows how irrelevant goalies are and all that. But to be fair, they are the most improved position through the history of the game. I mean, it's insane to see, like, forwards and all that. Yeah, they're better now, but it was the same general concept of the game and all that. Goaltending from the start of hockey till now, like if you were to take like an original goalie and be like, "Here, sit down and watch this. This is how they're gonna do your job in the future." You'd be like, "What the fuck was that?" like,
how is his groin not explode?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
God, but yeah. So Ovechkin, I mean, it was really cool. Highlight of the hot season. I mean, I think that's another thing you got to kind of take it. Kind of like when I asked you about watching New Jersey, like, is it easier to take that kind of stuff when you're watching a fun team like that? And in a season like this, yeah, I think what you take away from the season is getting the opportunity to see some of these young, good teams come in or historical events happening that are unfortunately going to happen against your team. But it's like, hey, at least you can say you saw it because it came against Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool to like be a part of that, like history. Scored his 800th goal in Chicago.
It's awesome. Leading up to next time we record, the Hawks will play 3 more times. Starting tomorrow or tonight, technically when this gets posted. Vegas will be in town. Vegas is 21-9-1. Then on Friday they're in Minnesota. Minnesota's 15-11-2, and then Sunday they got the Rangers again in Chicago this time, 15-10-5. Rangers are a little bit hot now. They won 4 in a row. I don't know if it was since losing to the Hawks they won 4 in a row. I would assume so, but
yeah, probably.
Hawks might have woken up the Rangers, and and what we thought they were going to do it, and they did do it in a different way though. So that's another real tough of the schedule coming up. 2 games next week, then 2 after we record.
Damn. Also, just looking at what the Rangers have done since that Hawks game, they beat the Blues, who like haven't had a great season, but like are still able to get wins. They beat Vegas, who leads the West in points right now. They beat Colorado, who's injured but still fucking good. Yeah. And then they beat New Jersey in overtime. So they've been ever since that Hawks loss. Yeah, you weren't kidding. Like they're like, yo, we need to wake the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what comes there. Did you want to do 3 stars or nah?
Are there? Ovechkin's 1.
Oh yeah, Ovechkin's 1.
Jeez, like there's fucking 6 goals scored. Oh no, because I forgot about the Edmonton game.
Yeah. I'm gonna give Reese Johnson 1 for his.
Yeah, Reese Johnson. I don't know, Jonathan Toews for sticking up for Athanasio for getting destroyed. Next Domi's scored some goals. Radish has scored some goals. They're like the only ones scoring.
Just good. Get your trade value up, Dome.
Yeah, I think what I'm starting to really like is the fact that like Radish is definitely just like he seems like a good finisher, and I can see him being on the Hawks for a good portion of like this rebuild because he's young enough right now that he'll get a lot of ice time, can become really good, and then when he's like 27, 28, 4 years from now, I think he's going to command like a real high like trade value. And
the last piece,
the Hawks will be like the young team that is going to just maybe get one more thing, and I think he'll be the guy that like the Hawks might move, and who knows, like, but I like him. I like him a lot. He's on a cheap deal right now because he's still got 1 year left at like a rookie-ish kind of
situation.
Yeah.
Here's a question. So here, talking about the rebuild and moving players going forward. On one of my articles on Hockey Buzz, it was kind of it was asked, like, say the Hawks by some miracle do end up with either the 1st or 2nd overall pick. You get Bedard or you get Fantelli. Does that change the plan? Does that, and then say it's like you draft one of those guys next year, and then somehow a shiny free agent guy who shouldn't be a free agent becomes available. Do you
No.
do you jump it up, or do you kind of try to talk those guys into maybe not playing with the Hawks next year? Go back to junior, go back to college, get another year in there, let the whole core come up together, like Korchinski, Nazar, and try to kind of do kind of like an 08, 09 type of situation, and then see what you have there, and then in going into that next off season, then you start bringing people in, right?
Well, I think if it like here's the difference is like if it's Bedard, I think you just play him right away. If it's Fantilli, maybe you just let him sit and like have another college season.
Dude, have him and Nazar tear it up at fucking Michigan for a year.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I don't think Bedard is destroying the WHL right now in the whole CHL. Like he hasn't had a game where he hasn't had a point yet. Like him being in the CHL would make absolutely zero sense.
Right.
So him getting into the NHL, I think you then try and just get him some line mates. Which I think like, hey, Taylor Radish, like you're on that line. And maybe that's when like maybe Kane resigns or something like that. And like
I don't know if that's like I don't know if I'm so still dealing with the effects of Bowman that I'm kind of like, fuck, if you get Bedard, it's like just send him back to juniors, let him play. Don't throw him in there, like a Doc situation where it's like, don't bring him up too quick. I know it's a completely different player and something like that, but I'm just like, I can just imagine leave it to the Hawks to bring in the next fucking McDavid, top player and somehow fuck it up.
Yeah. He gets hurt like McDavid in his rookie season.
God.
No, I mean it's how fucking like similar is this though to like the McDavid draft here where it's like you have this stud CHL like next guy, then you're like, but there's also this really shiny college player who's just really fucking good too, and like could kind of make a case for being like first overall, and like
I think
probably won't be, but like
I think
you're not gonna lose out at 2.
I think he's got more because it was Eichel, right?
Yeah.
I think he's got more of a case to be number 1 than Eichel did.
Maybe. I don't know. What if Buffalo ends up with Fantilli and then he's there for a few seasons and then fucking wants out as well? How funny would that be? I really hope they don't fucking end up with shit, but who knows? They're gonna doing okay now, aren't they? I don't know. It seems like Tage Thompson scores like every fucking game. Well, yeah, no, they're still under 500.
Yeah, they just put up 6 goals in the third period last night against LA. It was 0-0 going into the third, and they won 6-0.
What a weird team.
Insane. Speaking of our prospects, World Juniors coming up to that time of year.
Yeah.
Best players under 20 coming together in Canada to fight for who lose to Canada in the gold medal game. Hawks are sending 4 players to represent Team Canada. Colton Dock, having a decent year, 14 games played, 9 goals, 8 assists for 17 points. Kevin Chorchinski, 21 games played, 3 goals, 25 assists for 28 points. Nolan Allen, 23 games played, 5 goals, 9 assists for 14 points. And Ethan Del Mastro, 22 games played, 2 goals, 19 assists for 21 points. If you look at that and you're a Hawks fan and you're not fucking excited, then you've got to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah. Plus, there was another player that was on the team and then got recently cut, though. Ryan Green.
I don't recall him.
He is. Let's see, when was he drafted? He was drafted this past draft in the second round, 57th overall. Which that wasn't. I don't think that was our original pick, was it? I think that was one of the trade picks that we got.
Toronto trade.
It might have been. Let's see. That was that's the Minnesota one for Fleury.
Okay.
So that's the Fleury pickup that we got basically. Right now he's at Boston University with Drew Commesso, 14 points in 14 games, 6 goals, 8 assists.
Yeah, point per player. That's
right.
That's what you like. But yeah, no,
especially as like he's 19, so but like kind of like a true freshman basically still because he what was his fucking birthday? Like he must have just turned 19, I think. October 21st. Yeah. So yeah, true freshman, point per game player, Boston University. Yeah, it's the kind of good shit you like to see. Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm so excited to watch this. Like, I've been all about Korchinski and Del Mastro. Like, they were my two favorite players out of training camp this year. I thought they were so fucking impressive, and it's just so exciting to see how good they already are and to see them continue to build up on their career and all that kind of stuff in juniors this year, this past season, and now get to go play for Team Canada. Oh my God. Like I said, if you're not excited about this, you're fucking insane. Like,
this is the future of the Hawks.
This is what you guys are. Everybody's bitching and moaning about how bad this team is. And it's like, well, this is what's going to change it and what's going to get this team to that next level. And you get to witness it. Like, it's like, that's why it's like, people need to realize, like, yeah, it sucks Hawks losing all this kind of stuff, but we're in a fucking great time. Like, technology wise, being able to actually follow these guys before, like we were talking about before, I mean, also because we were younger, but still, it's like, it wasn't as easy to look up about these prospects, coming up and all that kind of stuff. Now it's like at our fucking fingertips.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to several different websites and actually get like their stats and information and what people have been seeing about them. Like, it's all good shit, man.
It's exciting. All right, last thing I want to talk about with the Hawks is there's been like reports back and forth that the Hawks are under the impression that Toews and Kane may not waive their no trade clauses. And I said something earlier about wanting to bring this back up. You mentioned Kane has only got like what leads the team with like less than 20 points.
Yeah, probably.
At one point he was. Let's see really quick here.
He might be like 20 right now, but
21.
Yeah.
So if you're Kane, why would you not waive it at this point? Like, if your whole reason to staying is to pass Mikita, but at the rate this team's going and offensive production's happening, you're not going to do that.
I mean, you also just had a kid and doesn't really want to move, probably, if that's the case, or like doesn't want to waive right now because maybe he wants to wait till towards the end of the season, and then that time he only spends a couple months out of the year out of Chicago.
Yeah, I'm a little, the fact that there's smoke to them saying that they might not waive worries me, because you want this rebuild unless they're gonna sign extensions.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think it's a big failure on Davidson if he doesn't move these guys. If he doesn't move them,
if he doesn't have a choice.
But if he doesn't move them and he doesn't re-sign them, that's a huge failure. Especially because it's not like you're attempting to make the playoffs. Like you're one of those fringe teams where it's like, okay, weigh the pros and cons of having Kane and Toews leading up to a possible playoff run. Like,
yeah.
And I understand it's like it's not up to him, but it's like you gotta persuade them or something.
I mean, who knows? We'll see what happens. Like, if there is, we'll know exactly what happens if by the trade deadline nothing happens or something happens. Like, that's what it's always frustrating. Is like every week so far, there's been just like trade talk. Oh, are they going to be traded? Are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? It's like, just tell me if it happens. Like, that's it at this point, because it's a different thing every week now. I mean, if I was them and I played my entire career here, like even Toews, like is understandably like frustrated and wants to win. So why wouldn't he waive, right? Like that makes no sense unless you don't want to live somewhere else for a majority of the rest of the season. You want to wait till like the trade deadline and be like, okay, yeah, I'll waive now. But I don't know, like
Toews,
it doesn't make sense because he's been so vocal about like wanting to be in a winning position,
right?
Like
why? Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I don't understand. Like where there's smoke, there's fire, and that kind of worries me. Like Toews, if I was him, I'd be thrilled that Winnipeg's good. Like you can definitely leverage a trade to Winnipeg. Especially, you know what I'm saying? Like you can, especially having all the balls in your court, you can say, "Hey, I'll waive." Yeah, it's got to be Winnipeg. Go home after the hell you've gone through the last 3 seasons between being sick and and just not being able to play your level, and now you're playing good hockey again, and there's an opportunity to go back to your hometown and compete. Days would be huge for that team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how they make it work, but yeah.
Work, but it's in the same thing with Kane. Yeah, New York's not Buffalo, like it's not his hometown, but still, it's close enough. Go to New York, be close to your family out there, get to play with Panarin again.
You know what? What about the Islanders? Yeah.
I think the Rangers. I think
thinks the
Islanders. No, I think it's Rangers or bust. Just because the Rangers, they have the 2 first-round picks. Like I feel like they are set up to make a run at Kane.
Yeah, I can see that too.
The Islanders, I feel like Lou's not going to do something like that.
Lou's the one that went and got Kovalchuk.
It's true. But he's learned from his mistake.
I mean, Kane's not Russian. And it's not going to sign a 17-year deal.
Lou's going to make a trade offer for Kane the day after the trade deadline, just like how he started re-signing everybody or trying to make like signings like
forgot the day.
A month and a half into free agency.
Yikes.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess the good news is there's only 55 games left in the Blackhawks season, so we're almost there, guys. We are almost done with this, and that's when the true fun starts. Playoff hockey, and then the draft lottery, and all this kind of stuff. Like, let's go. Real quick NHL talk. We did move a lot of our NHL topics into Hawks talk with Draisaitl and Ovechkin. Bettman had a random press conference where he talked a lot of different things. Main 2 takeaways I took from his little presser is the cap is now only going to go up $1 million. They don't anticipate the players paying back the escrow that is owed. It's for sure going to happen next year, but if they somehow find a way to do it, it'll go up above 86 million, I think he was saying. So it's either like between $1 million or like 3 million is going to be the difference, right? Yeah.
Just go up already. Bad.
But they said if it doesn't get paid back this year, it will for sure get paid back next year. And so the following off season, we will have a much higher cap. The other thing that was kind of interesting is he did talk about expansion, that it's not something that they're looking into now, but they are going to definitely consider it again in the near future. And the 3 cities he mentioned, Houston, Austin, and Toronto.
For expansion?
Yes.
Toronto,
second team in Toronto.
The team, who would fucking like that team in Toronto? They're all like diehard Leaf fans.
Oh, but fuck you, Quebec.
Hilarious.
I just understand why Quebec's gotta be just sitting there, like just like every time expansion, and then they don't get mentioned. Oh fuck! Like I don't get it, but yeah, interesting. I don't know why that they would consider. I think going to 34 teams would just be overkill. I think part of it too is that you're kind of seeing it, the oversaturation of teams now. Like, look at the goaltending; it's getting very kind of spread thin a little bit, in my opinion. I don't know if you agree with that, but I think goaltending is definitely dropped down. I don't think there's 32 true number 1 guys in the league.
Yeah, I mean,
34.
Some guys are just having shit seasons. I don't know.
All right, and then the last thing I got is you saw the NBA is renaming their MVP trophy after.
No, I didn't see that.
Renaming their MVP trophy after Michael Jordan.
So really?
Season MVP is Michael Jordan. So there was something that was kind of interesting to me is kind of look back at like NHL awards and kind of see like, okay, do the names still hold up? Art Ross for most points scored in the season. is named after Art Ross, who played in 3 NHL games and had 1 NHL point.
But he's a real good guy, right?
So he's got contributions to the game and all that kind of stuff. But for that particular trophy, do you think it would make sense to maybe look at somebody else for that?
He has 1 more NHL point than I do. And there's a trophy named after him. It's the same thing as Timo Solani, man. I might as well get a trophy named after me as well.
You give me one. You give me 3 NHL games.
I've been to more NHL games than he's played in.
Yeah. You give me 3 NHL games, and I think I could somehow get a secondary assist.
Oh, especially in like whatever time he probably played in.
Oh, we go back then, yeah, easily.
Now it would be like, just put me on like McDavid's line for like a power play, and boom.
Yeah. So here's the question: does hockey has a deeper history than the NBA? So I can see the NBA being able to change it because they don't really have their legends. A lot of their legends are being created in the last 20, 30 years for NBA, where NHL, you have over 100 years of history. Do you change Art Ross to a more, prolific point getter, or do you just roll with it? I mean, I love the name Art Ross. I think it's an awesome trophy name, but it's like, do you want to hey, Art Ross? Yeah, what'd you get that point for, or that trophy for? Yeah, I got 1 point in a game. So yeah, that's my trophy.
I mean, I think it just sounds cool. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like,
I just think it's hilarious. The guys played 3.
I mean, it would make sense if you're like, oh, it's like the Wayne Gretzky. But
he is more coaching, NHL coaching, than he's coached 802 NHL games.
Art Ross?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, but I don't know. I just thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it's really funny.
You really look.
I still think I mean, I think we've talked about this before, but like, I still think that there should be 2 different defensive like trophies.
100%.
Yeah, like the Nicholas Hjalmarsson trophy and then the Norris. The defensive defenseman of the year. I don't understand how you can have a defensive forward trophy and not have like an offensive defenseman trophy then. Right? Like, you have a Selke that's like best defensive forward in the league. Okay. What about best offensive defenseman then?
Art Ross played his 3 NHL games the same season that he coached 6 games.
Jeez.
He had a 1-5 coaching record that year, 4th in the NHL.
Same amount of wins as he had points.
You're coaching the team and you couldn't put yourself out there for 5, like the full 6 games.
Maybe he had to play those 3 games. That's why he didn't.
Like Jaromir Jagr. Did you see that? Jagr.
Oh, yeah. He had to get in, and he had 2 assists or something.
2 assists in like 16 minutes of ice time or something like that.
Yeah. Like, still played like a full 16 minutes. 50 years old, season debut, 2 assists.
Did you see it pushed his Hall of Fame induction now? Like,
did it?
Played a game, so now the early season goal in the Hall of Fame is 2026.
That's so stupid.
It's so dumb.
Because is there a chance he might come back?
Oh my god, I don't know.
Have the Hawks sign him. That would be great.
Give us our Jagr jersey.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but all right, that's all I got. Do you got anything else?
You see that fight at Mullet Arena?
Oh my god, the guy lost a finger.
Yeah, dude. The security guard jumps into it and fucking tries to take some people out and ends up like just kind of falling over. What a wild place that must be.
You know what? I'm the more I hear the stories I hear about Mullet Arena, the more I'm like, you know what? They just need to make that the permanent home. Don't fuck Tempe or whatever it's called. Just stick at Mullet Arena. Let's go. Yeah. Everybody needs a show.
I mean, the team is basically a college team anyway. Like, have the college environment.
Dude, it was like an entire section too. That was like,
yeah. Like, Jesus.
And they beat Boston that game too. That's what's even fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That game. Yeah. What do you think about that call though? Like they waved off that icing. What do you think of that?
I didn't even see it.
So
I didn't see that at all.
It's tied with like 13 seconds left. It Arizona clears the puck. It looks like it's going to be an icing, and it slowly rolls to the side of the net. They wave it off. Boston assumed it was going to get called. Arizona picks it up, passes, scores, takes the lead with like 5 seconds left in the game.
Hilarious. The home ice advantage. Right? I mean, if you're tied with Arizona about to go into OT and you're Boston, like one of the top teams in the league, I mean, that's on you for letting it get that close.
Right.
Like, fuck, bud. Like, come on.
All right. Episode 204. What do you want to call it?
It's gotta be like, I mean, congrats, Ovi, or something like that. Like, part of history right now. So, like, what do you think, sir?
It's called part of history.
Yeah, Hawks are part of history. Maybe not on the good side of it, but
depends. I don't know. I'm a big Ovi
guy. They could be mentioned. He scored his 800th goal as a hat trick in Chicago.
I didn't know watching that they put the graphic up like 800 career goals on the Jumbotron, and they had in the reverse retro jersey, and I'm like, I kind of want to see if I can find an Ovechkin reverse retro Capitals jersey.
Yeah, right. And just have it as 800 on the back. I think it's so Ovechkin as well to hit a milestone with a fucking hat trick too. Like, like how funny. How many hat tricks does he have?
The fact too that he was mic'd up for it.
Yeah, right.
Like it was so funny. Like people are like, oh, listen to him. Like Ovechkin scores 800 goal, and then it's just like him screaming. Like, and there's no words being spoken. He's just like him screaming, sound like a fucking caveman that he looks like. And it was
I know so fucking suck.
Yeah. Did you see the video? Oh, sorry. Last thing on I think Jay on TSN or whatever, that SportsCenter guy, he shared on his like account, and it was like, hey, Ovechkin scored 800 goals last night, and then it cuts to Ovechkin going, I seriously did, like just saying, I seriously did. It was so fucking funny. Like I was like, oh my god, like, it was such an like from his rookie year or something. It was like some video where he's saying like, I seriously did. Oh god, I fucking love Ovi.
Yeah, there's not much that you can hate about him. The other good stat of that what is it? The leading goal scorers of the last like 10 years, and their combined hits aren't even close to like Ovechkin's hits alone. How great is that?
3,000 or something like that. Like
he's over like 3,200 hits or some shit. It's insane. I'm excited just to like see how fast he can get to 95 from now.
Yeah, that's why I'm really excited for the end of the season, just to kind of see where he's at, because you'll know by the end of this year how long it's going to take, unless something terrible happens, like bad injury or something. Like
I don't think it can. Like they would, in order for him to get hurt that badly, someone would literally have to intentionally fucking do it. Like he is not going to just break while playing hockey unless somebody like tries to
your
break
machine
his
never
fucking
breaks.
Ankle. Yeah. God damn, man.
All right, well we'll wrap this up. Next week episode, we're gonna drop it on Wednesday. Just get a little ahead of the holiday season there. Make sure to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, social media, WCB Podcast, 5-star review, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we will we'll see you on the next one.
All right, love you, boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.